Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day, everybody. Let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Fikri Al Argan. You can call me Fikri. Today, I will present my PowerPoint titled Eye Lens Radiation Exposure in Pediatric Interventional Treatment of Retinoblatosma. Okay, next. What is retinoblatosma? We can see from the picture in my slide, in the right side is retinoblatosma eyes, and in the left side is healthy eye. Retinoblatosma eye have a tumor near the blind spot and fovea centralis. So we can tell that retinoblatosma is a Meckellian tumor. Is Meckellian tumor located in the retinal tissue and represent between 2.5% and 4% of pediatric cancer. Approximately 2 out of 3 cases are diagnosed before the age of 2 years and 95% are diagnosed before the age of 5 years. In fact, published data indicate eye survival rates of 85% for children under 2 years old, 77% for children under 5 years old, and 71% for children under 7 years. The alternative for these advanced cases are external radiotherapy that causing radiation induced. Given that this procedure is interventional and that children have an increased radiation sensitivity, so the radiation doses need to be controlled and kept as low as possible. Next one is the aim of this study. This study have two major aim. The first one is to obtain this typical dose value for treating pediatric retinoblatosma in terms of the most common radiation dose indicator in angiography. The second one is to estimate the radiation dose to the lens for pediatric patient and propose optimization measure to decrease this dose without compromising the clinical result of intervention. The relationship between the dose to the lens and the dose indicator provided by the equipment was also analyzed. Next, we have material and method. The first one is X-ray equipment. The interventional procedure were performed using two digital fluoroscopic X-ray system. The first one called Philips Allura FD20 monoplan system and the second one called Philips Allura Clarity FD20 biplan system. Both of them which have maximum output of 100 kilowatt, minimum exposure time of 1 millisecond and voltage range of 40 until 125 kilovolt. Both of them using standard protocol room known as a cerebral protocol with 2 images per second and the lowest level at 15 pulses per second. Next was procedure description. The intra-arterial chemotherapy normally was applied in 3 interventions at 4 weeks interval. Also, the number of sessions may vary depending on the response to the treatment. Once the internal carotid system is reached, the lateral angiogram is performed with a radiation beam incident on the left side of the patient's skull. Next was the typical dose value calculation. For this study, the only data considered were from the La Paz University Hospital, obtaining a typical value from median dose indicator distribution provided by the automatic dose management software. At La Paz University, only 2% of the procedure was performed in the interventional procedure room correspond to the treatment of this tumor, which represent 16 patients and their 35 corresponding. for treatment retinoblastoma. Maybe 1 until 4 sessions per patient. Next was the ILANS dose estimate. Intent of this 35 intervention for treating retinoblastoma before starting the treatment to OSL were placed on the patient eyelids. This experimental setup was considered the best non-invasive method to estimate the dose to the lens. But in fact, the closed upper bound, due to the small animation produced by the surrounding tissue, the dosimeter were read 6 consecutive times, and the best estimate was considered to be average of last 5 measures. Next was correlation. In order to obtain a quick estimate of the pediatric patient eyelids dose, a correlation study between left and right dose estimate obtained with nanoduts, and the dose indicator pKa and KAR was performed. The last one is ethical approval. This study was approved by the ethics committee of the La Paz University and performed in the accordance with national regulation, and all the corresponding informed consent was obtained from patient legal guardian. Okay, next was the result. The first one is the typical dose value. From March 2016 to February 2018, 60 pediatric patients were treated in 2 fluoroscopic systems with an age range of 1 until 5 years and mean age of 27 months, and 35 procedures were performed. From this dataset, we obtained the median of the corresponding 35 DLR quantities, and thus the typical dose value resulting KAR of 130 milligray and pKa of 60 gray centimeter quadrat. The next one is ILANS dose estimate. First, the sample of 10 intervention used to estimate the lens dose. The age range of the patient was between 0 until 4 years, and the mean age was 31 months. And the patient had undergone an average for approximately 2 interventions. The weighted average estimate absorbed dose for right and left eyes per procedure was 12.72 plus min 0.89 milligray and 44.23 plus min 2.66 milligray. Okay, next one is correlation between the ILANS dose and indicator value. The maximum cumulative eyes lens dose per patient was found 2050 plus minus 12 milligray, and the dose of the corresponding healthy eyes was 83 plus minus 5 milligray, which correspond having undergone for intervention performed for December 2060 and to April 2070. To be honest, I don't really understand what this journal means in my knowledge right now, but the next one is the conclusion. The conclusion of this journal is a typical dose value for the retinoblastoma treatment by intraarterial superlative chemotherapy in pediatric patient has been determined. That obtaining pKa 60 gray centimeter cubic KR 130 milligray in 10 intervention. The dose absorbed by the patient Islands were estimates OS dosimeter resulting mean value 44.23 plus minus 2.60 milligray. In the left eye 12.72 plus minus 0.89 milligray for the right eye. And a good approximation of the estimate dose absorbed by the lens was obtained using dose indicator provided by automatic dose management software with correlation close to. So based on this information, we can deduce that the threshold of the onset of radiation-induced cataract will be extended if the retinoblastoma treatment guided by intraarterial chemotherapy is performed more than 8 sessions. Okay, that's all. Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And sorry for my bad presentation. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good day.